Sit back, relax and enjoy listening. Scene transition. End of flashback. The sound of a hospital corridor fills the air. The ambient noise of distant footsteps and the soft hum of machines is heard. RK stands outside SV's hospital room, the reality of the present pulling him back from his thoughts. SV's mother stands beside him, her presence a reminder of the gravity of the situation. RK's mind. You have to forget her. Close this chapter of your life. She's nothing but trouble. RK's heart. But she's not. You know she's not. He takes a deep breath, knowing what he must do. His earlier resolve crumbles as he realizes that he can't be selfish. This woman, SV, saved his life. He owes her everything. He knows that going against everything he had decided a few days ago is the right thing to do. RK, with determination in his voice. Auntie, I'll marry her, but only if she agrees. I don't want to go against her will. If she consents to marry me, then I'll do it. SV's mom, her voice calm yet filled with relief, responds with assurance. SV's mom, don't worry about her, son. I'll handle her. Just as they finish speaking, RK's phone rings. The sharp sound breaks the moment. He glances at the caller ID and excuses himself, stepping outside to take the call, leaving SV's mom standing there, a mixture of relief and anxiety in her heart. The sound of RK's footsteps fades as he walks away. SV's mom is left alone, and she closes her eyes, silently praying and thanking God for what she has just heard. She prays fervently that her daughter will come to her senses and agree to the marriage. Her prayer is interrupted by the sound of the hospital room door opening. The door creaks slightly as the doctor steps out. SV's mom, her heart racing, rushes to him, her voice filled with concern. SV's mom, frantically. Doctor, how is my daughter? Has she woken up? Can I see her? Is she okay? The doctor, sensing her desperation, offers a calming smile. Doctor, don't worry. There's nothing to be overly concerned about. She's fine though she's very weak. You can see her now, but keep in mind she doesn't have much strength. She hasn't been eating properly. SV's mom remembers with a pang of guilt that her daughter hasn't eaten since the night before yesterday. Her eyes fill with tears as the tension of the past few days overwhelms her. The doctor notices her distress. Doctor. Miss, are you all right? She blinks, coming back to her senses, quickly wiping her tears. She nods, thanking the doctor before hurrying inside to see her daughter. The hospital room is quiet, save for the soft beeping of the monitors. SV lies on the bed, her face pale and drawn. The sight of her daughter, so weak and drained from not eating for over 24 hours, breaks SV's mom's heart. She rushes to the bedside, pulling up a chair and sitting beside her. She takes SV's hand in hers, her tears falling freely now as she speaks in a trembling voice. SV's mom, crying. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, my daughter. All of this was my fault. SV, lying in a sleep-like state, hears her mother's cries. With great effort, she opens her eyes, her vision blurry at first. She sees her mother beside her, crying so hard that it makes her heart ache. She tries to speak, her voice weak and strained. SV, hoarse and coughing. Mom, hey, look at me, Mom. Please, stop crying. I'm fine. The cough racks her body, interrupting her words. The sound of her struggle echoes in the room, each cough a reminder of her weakened state. SV's mom watches her daughter lying weakly in the hospital bed, every part of her aching to stay and care for her. But she knows that if she doesn't push SV now, her daughter may never agree to marry, and that thought terrifies her. She feels torn apart inside, wanting to be the comforting mother SV needs in this moment, but knowing she must play this difficult role to secure her daughter's future. Her heart heavy, she decides to act on this tough love. SV's mom, forcing a smile, wiping off her tears. If you're fine, then I guess I should leave you to rest. She turns away, trying to hide the tears welling up in her eyes, and begins to walk toward the door. But SV, sensing something is wrong, pushes herself up, despite the weakness she feels. SV, worried. Mom, are you going home? Wait for me. I'll come with you. Her mother pauses at the door, her back still turned to SV. The hesitation is clear, but she forces herself to stay resolute. SV's mom, struggling to keep her voice steady. I'm not going back to the city. I'm going home. Back to the countryside. SV feels a jolt of alarm. Her mother never talked about leaving her like this, and it makes her uneasy. SV, concerned. Why are you saying this? Why are you leaving? Did I make a mistake, Mom? What? What just happened? Please. Mom. Her mother's voice shakes, betraying her emotions, but she presses on. SV's mom, I feel like maybe I'm just a burden to you now. I don't want to put any more stress on you. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused, SV. Maybe it's better if I leave. For good. SV is stunned, the words cutting deep. She feels like her world is crumbling as the one person she thought would never leave her is walking away. SV, voice breaking, tears forming. Mom, no. Please don't say that. You're not a burden. You're the only one I have. But her mother doesn't turn back, her heart aching with every step she takes. She knows SV is trying to understand, but she can't allow herself to break down now. If she stays, if she shows even a hint of her true feelings, she fears SV will never agree to the marriage she believes is crucial for her future. SV's mom, coldly, hiding her true feelings. I understand. I won't bother you anymore. Goodbye, Miss SV. Please forgive me for the trouble I've caused. I promise I won't disturb your life again. With those words, she leaves the room, her heart breaking, but she forces herself to keep walking. SV is left in shock, her tears flowing freely as the realization hits her. Her mother is really leaving her, and it's because of the overwhelming circumstances they're facing. The pain and fear of losing the only person she has ever truly cared for are consuming her. As she comes back to her senses, she says to herself, No, I can't let this happen. I can't let you leave like this, Mom. No. Gathering enough strength, SV yanks out the 4 and rushes out of the hospital, desperate to find her mother before it's too late. The darkness outside mirrors her growing despair as she searches frantically, her voice hoarse from calling out. But no matter where she looks, her mother is nowhere to be found, and the fear of losing her forever begins to overwhelm her.